My name is Stephen Lundy with North Texas Poodle-Pointers. I have Justin Riley here, and he just purchased a pup from us 2 weeks ago, I believe it is now, and going to do some questions with him and learn about the process and the experience that he had with North Texas Poodle-Pointers and our family and all that. Justin, welcome.
How are you?
Fantastic. What you been getting any rain?
A little bit, kind of, a little bit here and there. Nothing crazy though.
My
Not so
dad
long.
lives in Ovala, just a little bit south of you. And last night he said it absolutely poured. So I guess it's just a little bit farther south than where you are in Baird.
Yeah.
Well, let's jump right in. How long have you been a part of our family?
Well, so I got my first dog from you guys. July 2nd was the day, and which is actually why we named our dog Indy because of Independence Day. That's when we picked her up and immediately took her to the lake and celebrated the 4th of July. So
What was the first step? You find out about us off of the website. Isn't that how you found us?
The website, I had seen your website, but one of my good friends is real big into dogs and he does a lot of competitions and stuff. And he knew you guys somehow. I think he may have met you at one of the competitions or something, and he knew that you were really good at it. He'd seen some of your dogs work, and he told me, "Hey, this guy's gonna have some good puppies. You need to reach out to him." So that's why I reached out to you. He said poodle pointers were really good at being able to hunt and also be a good family dog, and that was appealing to me because I've got three young kids, all under 8 years old, and so I wanted a dog that could do both. It could be a good family dog, and and be able to go out and duck hunt and dove hunt and things like that. And you kind of confirmed that when I talked to you, that those dogs were in fact all those things. And at the end of that conversation, I was hooked. I wanted to get one of those dogs. So
Uh, let's switch to now. You've had your dog for a couple of weeks, Indy, and what is the part that is your wow factor right now? Because we we deal with puppies all the time. We socialize and expose. That's one of the big things that we promote. Being able to have an off switch, teaching it what a bed is, kennel training it, potty training it, retrieving, all that stuff. But we had enough conversations that you knew what that process was. Since you had her home, what are a couple of things that I can't believe this dog is this young doing that?
well, I've had several wow factors already, probably two or three at least. Initially, the very first night, I was I was a little worried about getting her home and getting her in the kennel the first night. Worried she's going to whine all night and that kind of thing, which is pretty common with puppies, I think. So I was fully expecting at least the first night or two to be up, listening to the dog. Well, first night went great. I put her in the kennel. She didn't make a sound. She laid down, went to sleep, um, and I got up 3 or 4 in the morning, let her out one time, and then I think at 7 o'clock the next morning, I got up and let her out again, and she never peed in the kennel, never whined, nothing. So right out the gate, that was awesome, for a puppy to do that. And then the first day was kind of normal puppy, stuff, playing. Didn't really see anything that just impressed me, which I wasn't trying to train her or anything like that because it's still early, just letting her get used to the house and the kids and things like that, just having a lot of fun interaction with her. Well, a couple days go by and I thought, I'll just see what she'll do, if I can get her to sit or, you know, any of that stuff, which I knew was kind of early to be trying that. So I went ahead and got her to sit. Of course, I tell her sit and she doesn't sit, obviously. And so I grab her and kind of force her butt down on the ground and show her what sit is. And then I give her a treat. And then I'll take a few steps back and I tell her to sit, and she sits, and
Oh
just
wow.
looks at me. And I'm like, no way, she did that on accident. And, well, it wasn't an accident. She did it several more times. And then I was like, well, I wonder if she'll shake. So I stuck my hand out and I was like, shake. Well, she didn't shake. So I picked her hand up and I shook it, so put her hand back down, and then gave her a treat. And then I stuck my hand out again, said shake. She lifts her hands up and shakes my hand. And just had to show her one time. So I was like, holy cow, this is nuts. I've never been around a dog like this in my life. I've never trained a dog. Our parents had some dogs growing up that were always just a pain. And so this was definitely a new experience for me. So that was another thing. And then a few more days go by, and I start teaching her to fetch a little bit. And I even was able to get her to, I threw a ball out and was able to get her to stay. And the first time I threw something, she like wanted to take off. So I grabbed her and set her down. And I said, sit. And it wasn't long before I had her, you know, get to where I could throw a ball and she would actually stay there. So already just blown me away, several different times.
Fantastic. anything that you would recommend to everyone about North Texas poodle pointers to start the process to um, go through the website, do your due diligence. One of the things that it's always in my first conversation with everybody is find a breeder that meets your personality. It doesn't have to be me, but find a breeder. It doesn't matter if you're buying a Chihuahua or a Great Dane, who cares? Find somebody that actually meshes with you properly so that you can have a great relationship. Is there anything that you can attest to that or say, hey, this is what I did. This is how it worked, and communicate a little bit of that.
Yeah, so I want to highly recommend North Texas Poodle Pointers and you, Stephen, to anybody. I mean, and really any personality, I think would mesh with you pretty well. Y'all are great. Y'all are great at helping through the whole process. I think even a guy that's been training dogs and knows a lot about dogs could still benefit from using you guys. You've been doing it a long time, and I think that anybody can learn from you. And you're always there. One of the things you told me was that you wanted me to reach out to you and ask questions, and I'm absolutely going to do that. And I think anybody that gets a dog for the first time, even if they've had dogs but have never had a poodle pointer, they're going to want to reach out to you and get some questions answered. And so I highly recommend to everybody that's in the market for a new dog to use you guys. And if you've never had a poodle pointer, I want to highly recommend that you look into them. It's kind of as far as I know, it's kind of a newer, not a very well known bird dog,
Right.
maybe.
Yep.
And a lot of people maybe don't know about them, and they hear poodle and they think, oh, that's a poodle. Well, this is a different. This is not a poodle. This is a bird dog. This is a hunting dog, and I've heard nothing but great things about the breed and also you guys at North Texas Poodle Pointers. So I would recommend you.
Well, thanks for your time. Appreciate it. And as always, if you got any questions or issues, call me. We can help. Thank you.
Thanks.
Okay. Oh, that didn't.